Karen from Mindset Equestrian. This is part 2 of getting your horse ready for in-hand or an inspection. This is Prince. Prince uniquely has one eye. He probably did an inspection 12 or 13 years ago when he got branded. And yes, I'm doing this with a halter on here, but this is just for training purposes. I don't mind teaching horses with a halter and putting a bridle on later. He's a bit apprehensive, so that's why I'm using him. We are going to use the rail to get him started, but for right now, I wanted to explain that there are multiple different classes that you can go in. You can go in a breed-related class. I think he's Rhineland Falsar. He could probably also go into amateur handler, junior handler. If he were a mare, he could do a brood mare class, even though he has not had a foal. So the number one thing we want to do is make sure that we're comfortable with them standing with us next to them. Shoulder is going to be between their shoulder and their jaw, and luckily Prince's missing eye is on the other side, so I can ask him to move. Good boy. I'm going to reward him constantly. I do have a whip. I obviously still don't have a helmet or gloves for part 2, but in part 3 you'll see all of that. Again, I still have on my nice tennis shoes or my ugly tennis shoes. My whole focus with Prince is, can I get him to walk off when I just move my right hand? And again, I'm moving my right hand forward, which is opening my right shoulder towards away from him. Good boy. And then I'm going to always go towards him. So I'm going to guide him a little. He's looking for treats. With my left hand towards his eyes. So as I come back to you, you'll be able to see I'm guiding with my right hand first, and then my left hand will go up towards his eye. Good boy. If he gets a little pokey, I'll use my whip. My whip's going to go in front of him, and I'm going to turn towards him to ask him to stop. Good. It's okay. It's okay. He's still looking for treats. Good. Then when I'm ready to teach them to set up, and again, this is different for showmanship, quarter horse at halter, Arabs are different, and the hunter under saddle horses are going to be different. We want an open stance to show off their conformation. I'm going to take a step back, still facing him, so that he does that kind of winged motion. I'll set him up towards you in a second, and I'm going to pat him for that. I'm going to take one more step back, and then when a minute he steps, I'm going to pat him, and then ask him to step back again. I'm going to step back and ask him to step forward. So this is an open stance. I'm actually going to put him so that you can see him best. Good. This is giving you a really great angle of the shoulder, the neck. It's opening his loin, his hamstring, his hip, his glutes. And this is also making him really look the best he possibly can. If we have a club foot or something, I can do a follow-up video. This guy happens to be really great conformation. Now, a lot of people will stand here and play with the whip. That is what your whip handler is for. The best way to get a horse to really focus on you is to pick up the sand and let it kind of, he's going to call my bluff. Yes, you are. Okay, good. Generally, with a vision horse, that is the best way, that hasn't been worked, that's the best way to get him to kind of, good, stand up. So we want him to kind of be a little alert, ears forward ideally. I'm going to pick this up again, see if this time it'll make a difference, a little bit. We want those neck muscles to pop out, and ideally when I have a judge walking around me, I want to be able to lift him up and then bring him down so that they can kind of see how the neck adjusts for him. And again, this is just done with me, and again, I don't want him to walk forward. I can touch him, especially in training, to ask him to back up. Wonderful. When you have a judge, the judge is going to start to assess them all the way around. My whole focus is to always make sure the horse is lined up with the judge. The worst thing I can do is walk like this. I'm blocking the thing I'm trying to show most. Again, I want to specify you would like to have your shirt tucked in, and you would like your outfit to not look like my outfit right now. I'm going to walk him straight towards the judge with a smile on my face and away. I'm going to turn him so I can set him up for her. I'm going to ask him to whoa. If they're busy, let them be busy. If you need to do a circle, do it away. Again, I'm going to set him up. The shoulders are open. Good boy. And then she's going to start to walk around me. She might ask me a question in which I'm going to calmly answer. Please don't be nervous with your judge. As she walks in front of this horse, I'm going to move out of the way, and obviously we won't have boots on for the show, so she can see directly in front of him and how his legs move. As she walks this direction, I'm going to ask him to open himself up this way. Perfect. And then as she continues to walk, I'm going to make sure that he stays open. So this is where showmanship does help. So I'm keeping my eye on what the judge is looking at so that I can alter him however I need to. He will now be set up again for when she comes onto this side. She will nod me to then walk a triangle. walk the triangle. Again, the angles going away from the judge are for her to see the hind end straightness. The angle away is to see his back swing, and the scope of his stride coming towards her will be the straightness of his front legs. Forgive me, I am pudgy, I am fat, I'm tired. So we're just gonna walk away. He should match my feet fold. Good. This is where I want to relax my hands. And my whip handler, if I get to have one, is going to help encourage him to walk on. Then I'm going to turn towards the judge, smile, and try ideally to let this horse walk straight towards the judge. I don't know that he will, but we're going to try to bounce him off to the trot where you get from him to breathe. This doesn't need to be a big trot. That backside is our big trot, which we don't have to show today. We'll show that in Devon. I'm going to trot him straight towards the judge. Going to walk him past the judge and turn him back around. Oh boy. Again, I'm out of shape. It's tiring. That is video for part 2. Part 3 will be at Devon, where you can watch the professionals do it correctly. We'll talk about setup with 2 wide horses that are used to doing it. But that's a really great start. If you're struggling getting them to trot, use the rail. Don't ever pull the horse towards you.